Hey guys, and welcome to an all signs love reading where we look into, well, it's you and someone you're dealing with, and yeah, I want to say it's basically a you versus them, but it's focused. My focus will be on how you're doing in it, right? And them. All right, that's it. I will go from Aries to Pisces. I will place timestamps below. And remember, these are general readings, so take what resonates with you, leave behind the rest. Never ever force it to fit if it doesn't. And if you like the content, the video here, these sort of readings, then please like the video. I would appreciate your support. And yeah, and I hope you're doing amazing. And as always, be patient with me. We're starting with Aries. Aries, you always have the advantage that the deck is already shuffled before I go into your readings. You only need a little bit proper shuffled. Alrighty. Aries. Alrighty. Why do I get there's some trust issues here? No, I'll tell you more about that. It's weird. All right. By the way, happy birthday. It's not your season, right? It is your season, right? Yeah. What do I get as this? Right. This is like being put in a position where you're waiting for something here, and there's not even conflict. There's just waiting, basically, and wanting to speak up but not really doing it. And I see. It's almost like it would be easier if there was a conflict. It would be easier if someone could just yell out here. That's what the energy I'm getting here as what's going on here. I see you being almost pushing away. I don't know if you I don't want to say give up, but I definitely get that you are feeling as though you have to stand up for yourself. You have to defend yourself, almost your viewpoint, or just the way that you want to go into the world. But it's a little bit challenged, I want to say. It's almost, I mean, if you get pushed, if someone here triggers you, you may respond or react actually in a way that's a little can come off as aggressive, I will say. But that's just how it shows up. But then here, look at your person here. They have the Lovers in reverse here, right? I am getting here that there's a pull from their side here towards you, but it's also a little bit imbalanced. I feel as though you sometimes want to push this person away. But yeah, from their side, I definitely get that there's a strong pull towards you, but also not feeling completely compatible and therefore not choosing it, but still, you know, when they may be trying to ignore the pull, but it's not really working here. What I am getting here, because when I look at the part here, it's actually I get it being an on and off here, right? It's a push and it's a pull, push, pull, push, pull. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm getting here playing out right now. Maybe just basically frustration, right? Frustration about how difficult it is to communicate in this, but not, and maybe it would be easier just to take the conflict, but not wanting to take the conflict. You know what I mean? They're curious about you, and I get here that you may be questioning your emotions towards them in terms of whether or not this situation here lives up to your expectations of how a commitment should be. No. Maybe I get here that your person is not really choosing you, but still choosing you. It's a funny thing. Coming up here is, I mean, I will say it's almost like a regret. But not an heavy emotion here, right? Not something that will determine or deteriorate you or anything. It's a simple regret here. The thing is that there could be some obsessions going on sometimes here, and basically I wanted to get an advice here. The advice is trying to think outside of yourself. Basically, I get here that would be the advice may have something to do with getting out, doing some exercise, getting your thoughts into something else, basically. And while it's important to be mindful about what's going on inside yourself, we can also drive ourselves crazy that way and get stuck in a mental prison here, right? So that's what I get here, is like, get out to try and focus on something else once in a while, so it doesn't become too much of a burden, you know, driving oneself crazy. The good thing is these are for you. This is temporary, right? This can take place in a day or two or a week or something like that. The energies are actually more heavy on your person's side here, where they have choices to make, and the choice for their side is also about not letting other stuff getting in between the two of you. Right, be it work, be it friends, be it going to the gym, I don't know. You tell me. That's what I have for you. We're moving on to Taurus. Taurus. Yes, I wanted to say Queen of Swords, but it's the Queen of Wands in the reverse. You show up a little bit tired. I get that you're not interested in being so vulnerable, or that you also just take on a lot on your plate here. It takes a lot to knock you over, that's for sure. This has a lot to do with passion. Has a lot to do with passion, because I do get that there may have been some sort of, there's a communication issue going on here, but it's being put on hold, and instead deciding to give into bringing balance into your life. Why bother with conflicts where there's no winner? That's what I'm getting, but that's underneath here. This Queen of Wands in the reverse between the two of you. I don't know, this is another person. Could be a friend, family member, whoever, that just has a little bit of a control issue that could, the way that they show up in your lives intervenes. And the way that it intervenes is also that it brings about tiresome energy here between the two of you. And it could even affect the mood, the physical mood, the sexual mood, so to say. Because I'm actually getting that there could be some challenges related to getting in the mood. At least just, but I get, if it's, getting in the proper one, what it's like, It could be wham bam, thank you ma'am, get out. That could definitely take place. But in that case, I actually get also that you may be actually very tired, Taurus. Just tired of carrying so much. I feel as though you have, I don't know if this is in work or just in general, but you take on a lot and you had to stand up for yourself lately. Feels so you've just been through, you just may just have had a few rough months or something like that. But you're not giving up. At least now you know it's near the end. But near the end meaning that there's fresh energy coming in here. But for you, but the way it's affecting you, maybe that you may not just be that energetic. Especially also if you have someone else intervening in some way or another, and they are just draining as well. Especially if they show up as jealous. Your person here have the judgment in reverse. You may actually experience at times that the person you're dealing with, they can come off as very critical towards you because they are carrying something with them as well. But rather than they actually look inside themselves and to figure out why they may sometimes project. It could be that's taking place here, right? Then they just take it out on you, and I don't know, it's just... And they're also not calling, is what I'm getting. Most of you're probably experiencing that they're just not getting in touch with you. Not in the way that you may need, but you continue here. What is coming up here is not focusing on this. I gotta be honest with you. I feel still someone here is not going to open up. They are someone here who has very high guards, and I actually feel as though it may be both of you, very high guards up. The advice is here to try and move into calmer waters, but the way, see, that's the thing, the way this is happening is that no one's speaking. No one is speaking. And the way, the methods I want to say in which this is being handled may not be the most beneficial. That's the way it's showing up right now, right? If you're considering going chasing someone here, trying to get your point, I'm not getting that you would do it, but the advice would be not to do it. It would be to stand your ground, take a pause, give your mind some rest here as well. I know that things are moving, but sometimes it just gets a little bit difficult. Especially if you are, I mean, you may be dealing with someone here who's about to walk away from something, trying to disconnect from something, and it could be harsh sometimes. But that's what I have for you. Let's move on to Gemini. Gemini. What's up with all these reversals? Alright, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know if someone here is a player. Someone here could be a smooth talker. In general, I just get here that, I mean, you have the 10 of Swords in the reverse and they have the 3 of Swords, okay? And your what's 5 of Wands here as well. Alright, so they get here that, yeah, it's just not, it's just not working, sorry. Meaning that this is, I can't really try and turn this into something that I wanted to say fake. This is not putting in the work, and I get here that there could player things going on here, right? Where someone says that they're gonna do something and they're not doing it, but they know how to work someone here, but it's not with a lot of integrity, and I do get that there's arguments taking place here. Someone's usual way of getting out of a conflict is just not working. When I look at you, you have the 10 of Swords in the reverse, which means I feel you've been in your head, you stressed about something, and you may have felt as though someone here didn't treat you right, but you're determined to get out of that, Gemini. You want to look at the Sun, but I just got that the sun that's on the other side of the 10 of Swords here is actually looking a little bit polluted right here. You want something here to be done. You wanna put an end to a chapter and open up for something new. You want fresh energies here. You're not willing to stay in something here that's just not moving, you know? You're ready to close the book and open up a new page in a new book. Not saying you want to leave this. Maybe you do. Maybe you are actually ending something here with someone because this. You just need the new energies here, right? Your person showed up hurt. They are hurt. If you are the one who, yeah, if you are the one who is not feeling this anymore, then the advice is to be true, to be honest. To be honest, basically. In the past, I am actually seeing a person here who's very intriguing, so to say. How do they fit in here? See, that's interesting. I'm actually getting a partnership here where two people are seeing eye to eye in the past. I don't know if you met someone here where you are, I mean, it feels very passionate. I mean, it could be the same person, right? It just looks beautiful in the past here, but I feel as though maybe it happened too quickly. And we're seeing the consequences of that now. Your person is I mean, if you are the one who has ended something here with someone, they are definitely checking up on you on social media. I'm getting that they're confused about something here. So that's the advice there, is to be honest, right? To be honest here, even though it hurts. Be honest. Coming up here is there's something here about needing to stand up for oneself, but I just get that it's the situation here where we have two people who are possibly going to be alienating each other a little bit. It's not something that's particularly heavy. It could be just being annoyed with each other when you get home, and you know, passive aggressive almost. It would be frustration showing up because of this, because you whatever's happening, your person is hurt at the current moment, and the hurt also comes from misunderstandings, which is why the advice is to be honest, because you show up as though you just want something fresh here. But then again, if your person is not willing to go with you, then that energy on the freshness here, right, and the fresh energy, then that is going to, then it's difficult for you to the two of you basically to meet even halfway, because it takes two to tango. You show up as willing to say new fresh start, new fresh, let's try differently. But there's not much you can do if your person is not willing to listen to you. But they show up as misunderstanding things as well. So I don't know if that's really the only thing you could do is basically just be honest. And it's up for them to receive that honesty. If they don't trust your truth, there's nothing you really can do. You can't heal someone's trust issue. It has to come from them. It's a choice we make to decide to trust someone. Someone won't trust you, even if you were honest. It's basically their problem. Sorry. So let's see. Well, it's their issue. It's not your. Could be you both problem, but it's their issue. Let's go on to Cancer. Cancer. Yes. 5 of Wands. Alright, this is interesting. I get you being in your stoic mode here. You're in the Emperor energy. You're taking care of business as you know it. You are setting your goals. You want to guide, yes. By guide, I mean you wanna be fair. You wanna be just. You take responsibility. But you're not easily thrown out of it, and you are not ruled by your emotions either. In fact, as you show right now, it's more about thinking about things rationally. People misunderstand Cancer. It's like, oh, they're so emotional. No. I have a hard shell here. You're showing up as very rational. Your person here, they show up as wanting to come towards you very, very quickly with communication. I mean, you can handle it. You absolutely can with the Emperor energy here, but you are both showing up in masculine energies, meaning that both of you are action takers here. And I almost wanted to say you have the upper hand here. But when I look here, we have the 5 of Wands, meaning that it's like a tension here, you know, that flirting banter that we have with someone. It's not really taking place, actually. It's there, but for some reason or another, the situation has changed in a way where you are deciding to look at things more rationally. They want to come towards you. The flirting, the funness of it is not really here. I guess because you're questioning here, where's this going? What's the point of this? Whatever situation you're dealing with here, you're sitting here stoically, wanting to know where things are going. And then you will start flirting and be fun again. We have a situation here where things in the recent past has been put on hold. And that has given you plenty of time to look at what it is that brings you stability. Right? Taking a different approach on things. Because here's what I see. You want stability. You want stability, and you actually want things to be normal, is what I'm getting. Like the way that you, so that means what you associate with stability, that's what you're going for. You want something mature, and the challenge is that this is probably not the energy that you have here. It's not mature enough, not the way you're experiencing it. But then I look at your person, they actually are mature. It's just the way that they communicate. They are very blunt, they are very honest, they are very upfront, they're very direct. I don't know, it's actually showing up between the two of you as something very good, Cancer. And you want to listen. This person is going to come towards you very, very quickly. Or the way they communicate. You're going to take it like friendship here. I think it's because you heard of the past where you did try and bring healing to a situation and someone here didn't really... they must have done something here, but it's because I feel as though you're just taking it slow here. And the advice is to let loose a little bit. Feels it's because there's so much desire to control oneself in this, and that I really don't get there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, if you find yourself, I mean, if you find yourself or you're in the company of someone here who loses faith in themselves, loses confidence in themselves, could be because of a divorce they have experienced. Be kind. That's what I'm getting. Be kind. What goes around comes around, and this is probably one of those situations where something is coming back up to be looked at one more time. To be healed. I don't get it necessarily has anything to do with the two of you, but just, you know, we all come with baggage, right? So be kind. Especially if someone here lashes out. It would come from a place of having been hit on their confidence. And what is their confidence? Confidence is our faith in ourself, in our abilities. Right? Do we trust and have faith in ourselves? It's not the same as worth, but it's faith in one's abilities. Alright, that's you, Cancer. Let's see Leo. Leo. Alright. Knight of Wands. There's Ace of Cups. It's almost like something here is gonna come quicker than you expect. I don't know if it's because you're moving. It's just passionate. And I get it like holding back, saying, I'm ready. But am I? Alright, I'm ready. Alright. Could be a home, actually. Could literally be moving home on your side here. This is actually beautiful. But let's see. Oh no. Okay, this is very, very interesting. Why is there disappointment taking place I don't like tricksters energies. Okay, you were showing up. I don't know if this is about a home, right? Someone here comes, and there's an energy coming towards you, very, very passionate, and it does have a cup here, right? An opportunity, and it feels good. And you feel at home on it, and I get that you are accepting it with an open heart. I mean, yeah. In the recent past, however, there is a situation where two people were not on the same page. I don't know if this is how this is. I mean, yeah, it is related to this. Two people here were just not on the same page. But the thing is, how can I explain this? It's like, you know, when you have a little disagreement with someone, some of your friends, right? But everyone is actually getting along. It's just the two of you in a group of more people are having a disagreement. That's the energy I see here. And your person shows up as though they have healed something. They're just coming out of a stage where they have taken a step back here and having to deal with some hurt. Maybe the two of you had an argument. Maybe whatever happened here hurt them a little bit. But the heart is opening up and it's looking good. But what's then coming up is, well, there's a trickster energy showing up, but it's thankfully not as it could be worse, right? I don't know if this is someone from the outside. Who it is. There's just a level of dishonesty. And the person who would be dishonest in this is someone who's not truthful. They can play on emotions. But the thing is, they may believe that they have a good understanding about how to trick people's emotions, but they don't. And they're just dishonest, honestly. It's just dishonest, and they do bring disappointment here. It could be an outside influence here, right? And if this is within the two of you, if this is something that, you know, this is in your relationship, it's someone here who's not being honest. I mean, if you're moving here, right, it's just not being honest about it. Let's say that you are asking, do you want to help me move? And they're saying yes, and they don't. You know, I think there's you know what I'm getting that this is about, it's about being on the same page in terms of where you want to go together, but because two people are not on the same page. And the trickster energy is actually showing up from your person's side. It doesn't have to be your person. It's just there's something here they carry with them that has this trickster energy with them. Could be a bad friend or them not being open about their emotions. The advice is here to don't fight the universe. Don't fight that which is not moving. If it's not moving, then it's not meant to move. Right? Don't rush into something, is what I'm getting. And you know what? If this is a person that comes to walk, because that's the energy I'm getting. Your person is the energy person that they come here. They come with a very rush energy, and it's okay. You feel fine in it, but maybe if they actually can't provide, they can't live up to that rush energy. They can't, if they're bringing more than they're actually capable of giving, then that would be, that would be the dishonesty here. And that is especially true if it's about passion, right? If it's about passion. Look out for especially if you are single and dating, that people just come in here for the passion. But it's not. I mean, you show up as doing fine in all of this, and I actually get that you're capable of dealing with it. Right now, it's just about enjoying life for you, and for God's sake, just enjoy life. Enjoy life and yeah, you know, enjoy life. Be on the move. Take the opportunities that are there for you and just see what happens, right? Let's see here. Virgo. Virgo. Seven of Wands. I wanted to say launch. Doing launches. No. Seven of Wands. You're dealing with someone who's a little bit indecisive. You may be in a mindset of something here that's missing. But it's not the worst. Oh. What is this about, Virgo? We have the Seven of Wands, the seven launches we just had here, which is about basically pushing each other away, so to say. The two of you may be putting each other into a position where you push each other away without actually wanting to, right? And the challenge here is about the way you want to go about something. Like it's because you have different approaches to things. You have different methods, so to say. Oh, I need to buy more iced tea. Alright, you have different methods to the madness and different levels of patience also. You have a tower moment here in the past. So something that was not stable fell. It fell down. And I get that this experience is still lingering with you. Because we do have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and that's a little bit of a lack mentality. There's something here that's missing. It's in your material world, meaning that it's something that you would notice is missing. It could be money, it could be person, it could be, you tell me, but the thing is, it's also a mind construct, this lack. Show me more about this lack. It's almost, it's almost like you're healing or taking a step back and thinking about something here that's a little bit of hurt here, right? I don't get that you're honest about it. And you may also be searching for something here to fill a gap. Does that make sense? Virgo, I gotta be honest with you, I get here that... Yeah, I get this gap, wanting to fill out a gap, jump into something new, but not really. Do you know, it's a weird thing to explain. It's like when we don't want to be alone, but we're not ready. Do you know? The person you're dealing with here is... I'm not sure, they don't quite know. It's like, it's just like, I don't know if I want to do this. They're very protective of themselves. If you are carrying around some hurt here from something here that has happened, and you want to get this person involved, I get that they are a little bit hesitant about that, to be honest, Virgo. And they may want to take things more slow. But I'm also getting that you actually, it's just a weird thing when I get on your energies. You want to fight for this, but there's still something here that's affecting you from this tower here in the past. The way that this is moving is into the devil energy. That's bad habits. That's a little bit of a self-sabotaging situation going on here. I actually get an unpleasant energy underneath the deck here of somewhere down the line here there's a person. I don't get them showing up here, but there's a person here, it's a King of Swords in the reverse, who can get into people's head. It's actually just a little bit of a negative energy of wanting to be victorious, but doing it in a manipulative way that brings someone into a stressful situation. Maybe that's what you're feeling from. What's the tower? There was a choice to be made about what brings abundance into your life. Something was let go, but maybe it was... Yeah, alright. That's it. Devil. Something is going to be dropped on the floor, gotta be honest. It's because there's not going to be enough collaboration here almost between the two of you, but not showing up equally with each other to get this moving. The advice here, what is this? What is that? Page of Swords in the reverse? Don't lie, don't spy. What is it? Don't spy. Even if it will drain, because it may drain you. And put up higher boundaries around yourselves. Dare to be vulnerable with each other. It's basically, don't spy. Don't try to find the answers by spying on each other. Be honest with each other. And not be paranoid with each other. You know what, if this is someone you know, the two of you have really a good way of... You trick each other. You trigger each other. You don't trick each other, you trigger each other. Virgo, some of you are dealing with a person who, if they are ghosting you, it gets into your head, and that's the nasty energy I got here, right? Because especially if it keeps you up at night, that's mean. And then the advice here is basically to don't spy on each other, dare to be vulnerable with each other, and not paranoid, because that's a bad spiral. Even though it's just a bad spiral. You know what, you take whatever this was for you. It's just a little bit of like being in a washing machine, like when it goes to like the quick one. I can't pronounce it in English, but it looks very uncomfortable. Let's go on to Libra. What do we have for Libra? Libra. Three of Swords in the reverse. This is being put into a position where, you know, your person here may actually be turning their back on you, at least emotionally, and then being thrown into this position of almost stagnancy involuntarily. In the recent past, there was happiness. There absolutely was, but there was also something that became evident, something that was brought forth into the light here. Why do I get here that you may be sometimes very stubborn, and if there's a person here who is, I wanted to say, devaluing you, that may be the experience that you have, right? Being devalued. The emotions or not, I really don't get that the emotion is something that you want to deal with. I get that you probably have, I wanted to say skill, but it's like just saying this doesn't matter to me. This pain here doesn't matter, and it's not affecting you that much, and that's all good, because what you basically using it as an experience so that you can look at what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and that is good, and that's actually, yeah, I would say, it's a good energy. It's not being bothered, basically, not being bothered by hurt. But with this one here, that strikes me. Hold on. This is putting on a stern face. Oh, it's putting on the stern face from your side here. I get this, like you're waiting for something. It could be a communication. It's delayed. I'm also getting that it's like standing there looking at something that you sent out, expecting some sort of response to come back, and it doesn't come back in the way that you expect. And it's almost like mind-boggling, do we say it like that? Because it's like you thought you put in the right work, you thought you did everything you needed to do the right way. The pain is not gonna, the pain of disappointment is not going to be, it's almost like you don't want to see it, right? It's like, and then you just take on more burdens sometimes. You might find yourself tired at times. It's almost like the planning didn't work out the way you expected. But you can learn from that. That's the positive here. It's like, all right, that's an experience, right? It's actually not being afraid of failure. Your person is just, they're walking away from something. They're emotionally disconnecting. So if you're waiting around for something from them, not really seeing it, I'm seeing the communication also being delayed, and that's fine. All right. Coming up here is Seven of Cups, and that's having options. Be mindful that you see things clearly in these options, right? They are there. They absolutely are. Make sure that you, I wanted to say, ask the right questions when you are figuring out the value of these options. It's basically a problem-solving energy, but learning, almost I'd say, you want to learning from mistakes. Advice is to, you know what, it's just the advice is to accept that sometimes things don't come with the speed that we expect it to. And something that was high energy can lose it, right? It can could seem very exciting at first, and then it's just, it loses it. You're very strong. And I get that you are probably in need of people who work with you. You're not going to be the one who pushes other people up the hill. They have to walk by themselves. You can show the set the direction, but they have to walk by themselves. It's a metaphor, of course. But you know what I mean? Let's move on to... It's getting dark here. We can manage. We're moving on to Scorpio. 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 We lost track of time there. 9 of Swords coming up there. This is somewhat of a stressful situation. This is having sleepless nights, and I get that it's to both of you. The challenge is that it's actually, the truth is on the table. Things are becoming clearer and clearer. And on your side, I'm getting that there's tension, right? I get that you may feel conflicted in this situation here. And the reason why you may be feeling conflicted may have something to do with that. The person you're dealing with, the way that they look at the world and the way that they communicate and just they're taking information, they may be negatively affected by something in the past here, right? They have tainted glasses, so to say. And they could be very critical sometimes, the way they speak, right? It's basically, you know, the energy here brings misunderstandings. That's basically it. And then that brings this stressful energy where you worry too much about, did I do the right thing? And that's the confliction here, the tension that I get on your side is this, you know, being conflicted is basically it. In the recent past, I mean, if the two of you are someone who, you could have children together, or you could have come back together, basically, right? But if this is the case where two people have come back together, and the person you're dealing with, they are not over the past, then that's what brings this misunderstood energy with it. And that's where you get conflicted. I do get things are being spoken out here between the two of you, and that's also the advice. At least text. If you don't feel comfortable sitting right in front of this person and telling it, you can write a letter. You can send it in a text. You can get the song right, All Saints. You could tell me in a letter, or even to my face. Either though, I gotta know something. Look it up. It's the song All Saints. Anyway, where you have this, where the situation is going, it's going into new waters, into calmer waters. It's going to get better, especially because it's almost like the two of you are going to start communicating in a way that's clearer. That's definitely the potential, at least, right? You're going to communicate in ways that are clearer, so it doesn't turn into this backstab energy, right? You can stop it. You're stopping it basically before the Ten of Swords, so this can work together. But that would require honesty, Saint honesty. I'm getting songs right. I would say communicating through songs is a little bit immature, but you know. Maybe you're deciding to go on a holiday as well. Right. Man, for some of you, it could be that your person here is just stressed because they work too much. Especially if they work with children. There. Underneath the deck, I'm actually getting somewhere in the pictures having victory in their work. That may then put someone into a position where they're feeling not prioritized. All right, that's what I have there. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what do we have for you? Sagittarius. All right. We have Four of Cups saying no, possibly to love or just being bored. We will see. Saying no to the past. No. All right. Oh, I love this. This is fun. You have all cards in the upright, thankfully. First time here. You have the Tower on your side. This is sorry, it's just I'm fascinated here. You have the Tower, they have the World. This is Mars, Saturn coming together. Egos crashing sometimes. Now, we have a situation here where I feel as though it's boredom. It's forgetting each other, you know? Forgetting each other, but what supports this entire thing is that you actually care each other and you have a lot in common. You have this possibility here of having a grown-up connection where two people, they respect each other as individuals, meaning that you have your life, they have their life, you have your life together, and you see that and you respect that, and you come together as equal. That's what supports this, right? But it's you know, when we have that and we take it for granted, then sometimes we get bored, and that's what you have here. What we have in the recent past is the Three of Pentacles. I mean, this could be contract, it could be work. It's if this is I mean, I gotta be honest, for some of you, if this is someone that you just met, this could actually be a situation where you're deciding, yes, we have things in common as friends, not as lovers. Let's end it here. For some of you, that is what's going on, but most of you, especially if you are in this is a commitment, right, or you are, it's not the ending of things, it's because work has gotten into the in between the two of you. And you have the Tower here, which is basically a new way of thinking. Some of you may have some Mars placements being affected by something. Maybe you have your person's Saturn affecting you. Anyway, let's see here. It's almost like your way of looking at the world may be opening up. Something here that's meant to fall is falling, and what is that? That's having rose-tinted glasses on. I mean, it could be something that's going on in general in your life, where there are circumstances that are putting you into this position where you're starting to see things more clearly. And with your person here, they show up as someone who has goals for themselves, right? They have happiness. They know what they wanna, where they wanna go. They just don't wanna repeat something here from the past. They want people to get along and be happy. Where this is going is actually a very restrained energy. This is, I mean, the two of you are aligned. You absolutely are, but I get that you're not really going to approach each other emotionally. You're going to find the strength to kind of, I get with you, especially if you're going through something, then that's, you're going to keep that to yourself. I don't get that you're going to be particularly open all the time about what's going on here. And the same thing for them. They have something here. I mean, they may even just want to go travel. There's something here that's very pleasant on their side. It brings happiness, but it also, by the way, affects the way that they communicate with you. It may be delayed. If you're trying to get hold of them, maybe they're not answering. And that, by the way, could be what's also affecting you in this situation. But you do see eye to eye. The advice is to, especially if you're being triggered by a person sometimes, to stay grounded and take care of business in your life. Keep that focus on yourself. So remember, right? As I went over before, that you have that. You have that. Your own life, your own interests. Especially if this person doesn't really get in contact all the time. Yep. We're moving on to Capricorn. Oh, my neck. All right. Yeah, that helped a little. Capricorn. Cabby. Alright, Cabby. We have 8 of Cups. That's basically disconnecting emotionally from something. 6 of Swords, being definitely on the move from some way or another. You have the 7 of Pentacles, looking at what needs to be adjusted, learning, basically a learning process here. You're adjusting so that things become better. Your person, they are on their move towards you. So you're sitting here stagnant, and they are on the move towards you. In the recent past, we have the Tower. And, ooh. Righty. Yes, I get here that you are taking a step back, looking at things that needs to be looked at. This is the learning. Right? This is waiting for something here to grow. And while you are waiting for things to come into fruition, you're also taking stock. That's what the 7 of Pentacles is about. It's basically taking stock. What works? What can be better? How can I be better? How can I learn something new here? It's a beautiful energy. It's perfectioning. No, it's just before perfectioning, right? I get here there's emotionally there's a disconnection from something. I don't know if someone here is emotionally disconnecting from you to go find what it is that they're looking for, but I also get that it's you. It may be you. There may be something here that you may be confused about, right? And it may have something to do with that you're not fully connected to your own secrets, so to say. I feel as though you may be rationalizing, but you are. All right. Imagine that this water that this boat is on is the subconscious, the emotions, the dreams, the whatever. Right? You on it, but you're also keeping, a rational mind towards it, because you're moving into something like a different approach, right? But at the same time, it's like you're disconnecting emotionally from something. And then we look at this Tower here in the recent past. I don't know if you were dealing with someone here who didn't give you full answer, let's say it like that. Didn't say it as it was. You know that when we can sometimes make things sound prettier in order to not hurt people. Could have, yeah. Keep getting Taurus or institution. Maybe you have that in you. I don't know what else. What's that about? Oh, it's because something about Taurus, Aries season. Something there. I don't know. This is interesting. Something here didn't really come towards you the way you expect, but you still have victory in it. Anyway, the person you're dealing with, they have this Chariot. Why do they show up as though they're not really telling you something here? They're coming towards you. but they don't know how. The energy that's coming towards you, there's something about them that I'm a little bit worried about. I don't know how to explain it. I think it's because of the determination they have. And then there's an indecisiveness in them at the same time. Because we have the moon showing up in reverse, which is there's being a little bit of confusion. It's almost like the pause wasn't long enough. And it's like this, I think it's maybe because the way, the pace, or the determination, the person you're connected with here, it's the way they come towards you. They know what they want. They're ready to take on every battle. But for some reason or another, it's almost like it's going to affect you in ways where you have to take on a lot of theirs, you know. They're not really collaborating with you, so to say. But they want victory with you, but they just don't know how to have victory with you. And then that's where you come in as the practical goat here, and then you take on too many burdens you take it on your back here. Because that's what Capricorns do. The advice is here, goals. Know what goals it is that you want. Both of you, basically, right? It's easier to see where you want to go when you know what the goal is. You show up as someone here who's still questioning how to get there. You're more slower than the energy that comes towards you. They're ready to go. But maybe, do you see the goal the same way? Right. And also don't be afraid to let something go that doesn't, sit there. And you have victory as well, right? When you've done the work, you will have victory. And I do get that you're moving towards some sort of an abundance here for you, especially in your material world. Slow and steady wins the race. There's a little bit of confusion on the person you're dealing with. They show up as very determined, but there's a little bit of confusion. But the thing is, it's almost like they will say that you're confused. Not in a gaslighting way, so not intentionally at least, right? But they will say you show up as the one that's confused, Cappy. But in fact, when I look at the energy, it's like actually a little bit the other way around. But alright, let's see what we have for Aquarius. That was a difficult one. Capricorn, like sailing over the fear. There's fear that's gonna show up in the future. Alright, let's see, Aquarius. Aquarius. Keep getting stuck something from the Capricorn, really, like sailing over fear. in the future, sailing over the fear. But let's get in here to you. We have Page of Cups, the Fool, You have an interesting way things are moving and progressing here. Look out for your money, right? Especially avoid gambling is what I'm getting. Avoid gambling here. But other than that, yeah. What's interesting to me is that I feel as though there was some injustice taking place here in the recent past. Someone not taking responsibility for their actions, not being accountable. And it's an unfair treatment. It's an unfair way of dealing with things when we throw away responsibility, when we are not honest, when we don't show up with integrity. That's what we have in the recent past. I'm getting here an apology, actually. But it's a small one, right? It's a small one. Could be from a person who believes that they know everything, that they could be very dominating, not have a lot of patience with other people, judgmental basically. They judge people based upon what they know. So if other people don't know what they know, or they can't do what they can do, they are judgmental. Like someone who can lift, I don't know, a heavy weight something, and if someone else can't do it, then they're weak because I know how to do it. Why can't you do it? You must be weak. That kind of idiot, right? Have a tendency to run over people, believe themselves to be smarter than other people, and not trust other people. And when things go not according to plan, it's everyone else's fault and not their own. Could have been raised to be, or somehow along the way got to believe themselves bigger than they actually are. Forgetting that they live in a community, that we learn from each other, that we exist, we coexist. That's basically just an energy there. I don't know who that belongs to, but it's there. Anyway, you show up as someone here who's not really willing to open up here. Gotta be honest. Be mindful here of how you may spend more money than you earn as a way of dealing with something, right? But you show up in a way where you want to open up. But my question is, which direction are you opening up? Or is it your wallet to go shopping because there's something you don't want to let go of? I also get, I do get a very positive and joyful energy from you, Aquarius, but there's also, is it pessimism sometimes? I don't know what it's about. It's yeah, well, I can see what it's about. It's about having been hurt and the mindset being affected by it, but you feel victorious, and you have built yourself up, and you are walking away from something emotionally here, right? It's the pessimism that sometimes shows up. Sometimes you may be triggered by people who can be negative, and that gets the pessimism going here. Anyway, the apologies, what we have on the table, supported by, let's jump into something new, let's try and do things differently. Whoever you're connected to don't really have the luck on their side. I gotta be honest, they are. It's difficult for them to juggle everything, right? Maybe they have a lot on their plate right now. Everything is being thrown up into the air in their life, and they don't have the time or the resources here to balance everything at once. Especially if you're in a love situation here, they may come with an apology, or you may be trying to reach out to them. They right now, as the energies are, they're not able to give a lot more than that. It can bring a little bit of boredom. They may, if you're trying here to ask them out and try and let's go party or something, they may say no, because they really have a lot to balance out here right now. Right? What's coming up is something that's joyous. It's fun. Could be, unfortunately in August, but you know, the sun is there. I'm seeing victory for you, right? I'm seeing victory, but the victory, yeah, and lots of happiness, and you being seen by others at the same time. But I get that especially if this is where you will see the results in August, you might along the way here. I mean, if you're planning something from August, look out for the way that you make plans here in April. Have faith in yourself and be okay with being worried in Gemini season. Anyway, you basically coming up here as victory. If this is one of those situations where you don't talk, and especially around Gemini season, believe in yourself. And right, that's it. Lots of happiness here, right? And I actually also see phone calls coming in. It's a weird thing. It's like the timeline is out of whack right now. So let's get here. The advice is to look at what you're not letting go of emotionally. If you are, for instance, trying to build up for brand new energy, but emotionally you're still questioning about the past or a hurt situation, that's what keeps you stuck. Right? Is there something here you're holding on to that kind of blocks moving on into or jumping into something new here? I don't even remember what I just read there. Alright, that's Pisces now. Last up, Pisces. Whoopsie. Pisces. That's a 4 and that is a 4. And that's also a 4 of cups, unfortunately. Okay, it's not unfortunately. You may have something brand new, an opportunity in terms of your career, but that makes love not that big of a priority. But your person, which could be Sagi or have Sagi in them, will be very balanced. Well, let's see here. Oh dear Lord. What the hell? Oh dear. Okay. This is, there's an energy here underneath the deck, which is about trying to dominate the way in which things are going, forgetting to work together. And that brings a little bit of disharmony in the community. Not being on the same page, And it has something to do with the way that we give to each other. There may be some financial debates here. Like, are we giving equally in terms of our time or effort, but also money if you have shared finances. Anyway, you have Ace of Pentacles, which is something, an opportunity here that you will have to put in work in order to grab, right? It's here. It's something solid. Could be in your career, basically. You have luck on your side. I don't know if it's about you being able to go in and solve conflicts or something like that, but you know, it shows up. Okay, good. And the sun has gone down, so now everything is dark, but I can see a little bit still. Anyway, in the recent past, we do have a drained energy. There may have been a person in the situation, friend, whoever, you know, you tell me, but that's just a jealousy and a control issue here, taking over. Someone here who goes in and they take over everything, or they want to control it, and then it gets tiring for people around, right? But let's see. Well, it's just tiresome energy here. Love is being said no to at the current moment because there's a focus here on what brings stability and what brings money, what brings long-term security, right? Also focus on family. If you have, especially again here, it's a woman who can be possessive. It's a no. It's a no to that woman. The energy that you're connected to is actually interesting. For some of you, this is not someone who's here right now. It's actually coming in time. There's an energy here that you're connected to. When I dive into that, there's a past energy connected to them. I don't know if it's past with you, or it's just their own past that they have not fully healed from. There's something here that they are needing to take a look at, and I feel as though they're doing it. They bring this balance here. They're trying to find a balance in their own life in relation to some sort of a disappointment in something that they jumped into. It felt like this was the right thing for them, and it wasn't, but it was actually, because it was meant to put them into a particular path. There's some healing going on there on their side. You have the Three of Swords and the Lovers and the Sun coming up here for you. There's going to be a communication that's going to be hurtful. If we are dealing with three-party situations, that's going to play out in August. What is up with August? Cancerian season, primarily. Yeah. It's definitely just taking place in summer. It's not right now. Summer and autumn time. There is an energy that tries to, it's from the past here, this jealousy here that tries to intervene into this situation. Someone here is going to set up boundaries and say no to that. And it does bring pain with it, right? But it's a choice. And it's because someone here is trying to I don't know, there's just an energies that comes in here in regards to this queen here. She's too much. Anyway, the advice is here, if you feel conflicted in something here, listen to it. But also don't be afraid of challenges. Challenges is what makes you grow. I feel as though it goes for both of you. This person here is learning, the person you connected to. I don't get it as this energy down here. It's another thing. It's another one. But this person is learning to deal with challenges. Not major challenges. Disappointments. Just, conflicting energies. Learning to deal with conflicting energies. We can't be right all the time, and we have to lose sometimes, and we have to learn to be in conflict with other people. Like, be in tension, not like fighting each other, but we have to learn to deal with that. We are not always on the same page. That's what I get from this person down here. This other one down here, that's not even near here. So this energy here in the past is not even on the level here. This person here is so single-minded and almost jealous, obsessive. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what to dive into that. I mean, it could also could be just be, being thrown out of it because you're tired. Anyway, and for you here, this is, I don't know, tension. You show up as the one who has a lock on your side. It's actually the energies around you that's, I don't know, going a little bit interesting here. So the advice here is to tension. Don't put people in competition with each other, though. If any of you are doing that, don't do that. That's mean. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion, but that's what we have here for you. And that's it. I am done for tonight. I will see you next time. Take care.